I think our return 2 from 4 and a bonus point away from Saracens. You probably take that at the start of the campaign, and sitting on 10 points. So we can only be positive about that. The learnings, I suppose, out of it, and I don't want to say learnings because it says that every week's going to be a different learnings, but we lacked an edge against Sale at home, which was disappointing, and we probably put ourselves into a position against Saracens to get the maximum points, but a little bit of inexperience and decision making / discipline probably failed us on that last 10 minutes. But I think we've shown a tremendous amount of fight in definitely the 3 matches. I think we've tried to grow every game to become a little bit better, and I think if we can keep that mentality as a squad in every game we go into, I think we'll have more success than failures.
On the back of that, obviously the supporters have picked up on a real togetherness of the squad at the moment. Is that something the coaches are seeing on the training pitch as well?
Yeah, I think it's been something that's been there from definitely the day that I joined the club. I think there's a collective ambition from all players, just not the 23, that every time, and this is the coaching staff included and the medical staff and strength and conditioning, that every time we put our shirt on to go to work, or the players put their shirt on to play, they're representing the whole club and then the wider supporter group. And I think there's a real belief in there that we can put something out there that everyone can be really proudly associated with. So I think as a group we just kind of keep striving to be the best we can every day. And it's, in my experience, if you put a lot more better days together than you do poor days, and you try and give your best a lot more times than you give your worst, I suppose, you generally favour falls on your side. And I think that's what is our challenge, is that we just keep on working hard, and keep trying to improve. And I think if we keep attacking the game in that way, we'll be in a good place.
I spoke to a few of the boys after the Saracens results, and they were visibly very upset to be pipped at the end. Were you pleased at how they reacted and put in a clinical performance against Leicester?
Yeah, I was. I thought there were lots of positives out of the Saracens game, and we know that our own standards, we know that probably the final 10 minutes we sort of just fell short a little bit, and that was frustrating. On the same case, we didn't get too carried away when we beat Leicester on on the Sunday, because we do believe in ourselves. We believe that if we deliver what we know we can deliver, that we can get results. But what we have to do first and foremost is be competitive and fight for each other. And I think that laid a platform for the result on Sunday. I do believe as well that the scoreline, sometimes the scoreboard falls in your favour, and sometimes it doesn't fall in your favour, and sometimes your effort and the result, the outcome, doesn't always marry up. But I think as long as we keep our key fundamentals in place, the key pillars of our game in place, I think we can turn out on the right side rather than the wrong side.
Beginning of the season, we named 4 guys in our captaincy group: Stephen Myler, Franco Van der Meer, Dave Parecki and Blair Cowan. Yeah. How have they been gelling together in being leaders for this group?
They've been fantastic. They've been sharing the workload. They share the information around the dressing room about what the key things that we want to approach every game. Underneath that group, there's another subgroup of players who have a shed load of experience, and through those players we're able to get the information across. So I think there's a real clarity of understanding about how we want to go about things from the top down, and I think that's showing.
Brilliant. Obviously this weekend sees round 1 of the European Challenge Rugby Cup, a good opportunity to test ourselves against some different styles of rugby.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's the joy of the European competition, is that you get to play sides in France, Ireland, Italy, Wales, Scotland, etc. So we know the way the Scarlets like to play their game, and they play a really exciting, attractive brand. for us, it's about attacking the game in the way we want to attack it, and being resilient away from home, and being competitive. The European Challenge Cup isn't what it used to be 10 or 15 years ago. Now they've restructured things. There's a lot more competitive groups, and we're in one of those competitive groups. So to play you know, the Pro 14 champions of only 2 years ago at their place on a Saturday evening, it doesn't get much tastier than that. And I think, you know, once you cross that bridge, you know, you have to be ready for the game.
Obviously, you coached in Wales with the Ospreys, so you know Scarlets a bit better than most people. What sort of thing are you expecting from them on the pitch?
Yeah, you know, I think they're going to be a lot of line speed, like most Welsh teams, very hard over the ball. So our breakdown's going to be critical when we have the ball in hand. In attack, they like to play a fluid game. You know, their back three are electric. So if we give them any space, they can really hurt you. You know, they're just a very exciting team to watch and also coach against. I've been on the right side of them a few times. I've also been on the wrong side. So we have to get our mental attitude right first and foremost, and which I'm sure we will. And then if we do that, then hopefully our game can take over.